Hello, it's me, James, coming to you again with a weekly message of encouragement and hope. At least that's my plan when I sit down here every week. I like to begin by reminding you of something that's very important and core to the message I believe God has given me to share, which is you are infinitely precious and unconditionally loved for the gift you already are. It's not about earning a spot. It's not about earning God's love. You are already loved unconditionally, and you're already infinitely precious. And I chose that word, or the universe gave me that word, infinitely, on purpose, because infinity is immeasurable. And so it is that your preciousness cannot be measured. It is beyond measure. So there's no need to spend a lot of time comparing yourself with anyone else, or yourself with yesterday, or what you hope to be your future self. No comparisons are necessary. Right now, you're precious, a gift, just like I talked about your being a gift last week. This week, I've been pondering an image that comes to us from a very popular section of Scripture, 1 Corinthians 13. Yes, often called the love chapter. But as we get later in that particular chapter, we find that the apostle, in writing about love, says, now we see in a mirror dimly or uncertainly or in a shadowy way. We can't truly see fully. And I think it's because of our limitations. Quite frankly, you cannot see the infinite, the unlimited, in the midst of your being finite and limited. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, God made us to be the way we are, limited. And it's our limit that allows us to reflect God in unique ways. I entitled this, Be a Mirror. And it's because each one of us mirrors an aspect, infinitesimally small as it may be. It's an aspect of the divine image. Every single one of us mirrors that. And so we want to do our very best in mirroring the aspect of God, of the divine, in who we are, in how we live, in this given moment. And it requires keeping our mirror polished, which really is about being present in this very moment, being here, not placing any judgment on the moment in which you find yourself, the way it comes to you. The person who's in front of you, not placing any judgment, good or bad, on the one in front of you, simply reflecting back to them the open-heartedness of this very moment, the gift and miracle that it is to be alive in this moment. We get to mirror that aspect that is unique to us, as does everyone else. And quite frankly, from my perspective, everything else in the universe, in a way, mirrors something about this eternal God. It's not God. I'm not saying the universe is God or that you are. But you mirror that bit of God. And while you're not God, you're not other than God. You are in God, while God is still other than you. So complex, isn't it? In each and every moment, we get to reflect what we've been given to reflect. But so does the person we come in contact with. And we ought to be looking, okay, I really hate odds. I encourage you to look at every other that you encounter, every other person, every other animal, every other plant, every other rock, as in some way mirroring something eternal about God. Not the whole thing. I mean, if you look throughout the Hebrew Bible, you see lots of images that are used to reflect an aspect of God. God referred to as rock, as any number of other images, as well as a pillar of fire, though God is not the pillar of fire, but God is in the pillar of fire and other than the pillar of fire at the same time. All of that, all of these images speak in some way, in a unique and irrepeatable way, about this aspect of our infinite God. And so I want to encourage you to be present in the moments that you go into every day, to recognize in yourself that you mirror God, that you bear witness to God simply by being you, by being the most you can be. As a tree is a tree, you be you. We don't need any more generic humans or clones because we don't really do that yet. At least it's not as far as I'm aware. What we do need is people who are the best reflection of themselves they can be. It requires kind of a polishing of the mirror, paying attention to what's rising up in you, and being present in the moment with the one in front of you, recognizing that just as you reflect to them Christ, they reflect to you the same. So looking for the aspect of Christ in them, recognizing what a gift it is to be present with that other, because in being present with that other, you experience an aspect of Christ that you would not otherwise get to experience. And when you treat that encounter, that moment, that presence as a gift, as a real gift, then you experience it for what it can be for you, a true reflection of the eternal, at least an aspect. Now, because of our limited ability to take in everything all at once, we can only take in a bit of everything, hold as much of our attention in a moment as possible, and even then, there are many disparate pieces we miss because we're not very practiced at being attentive in the moment. But if we get practiced in attending to the moment through practices like contemplation, meditation, Lectio Divina, any number of other practices, you can bring yourself back to this moment, back to this precious moment with another. Whether that other is me coming to you on this video, or with some other in your life, treat it as the gift, the miracle that it is. And remember that you are a gift and a miracle, just as you are, for you are infinitely precious and unconditionally loved for the gift you already are. Keep that in mind as you try to mirror this eternal image in the aspect that you bring. Until the next time, hope you'll have a great moment, a great day, and a great week, practicing moment by moment, being present where you are.